I guess. I feel for Rhodes. I know what it's like to want to hunker down and try to ride out the storm. Can't do it, though. That's not the way the world works. We've been dealt a shitty hand, but we still have cards to play. We owe everyone here our best effort. Let's find Keener. And bring him to justice. We're the Division. We don't quit.
The Battery Park district was devastated by flooding after a hurricane. It's more like a swamp than anything else now. There used to be a lot of concentrated wealth down here. Most of the locals used their resources and connections to get out before the city was locked down. Most people didn't have that option.
Hostiles, going to location nearby.
Parnell was an RPA pilot before he went rogue. Rhodes told us that the Peacekeepers in Two Bridges have been tracking cleaner movements for the past few days. This is our best bet to learning more about Conley.
She's deep in bed with the cleaners. If we poke around in that nest enough, we're bound to find a trace of her. You're heading into the Civic Center, former headquarters for government and law enforcement agencies. And I really do mean former. There were widespread protests and riots here in the early days of the outbreak. Now, it's more like a memorial to the society we lost.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Hostile control point identified. Nearby signal detected.
You're coming up on the drone. Dig out that transceiver, and we'll see where it takes us.
The government is trying to tell you that they have a right to enforce their laws here. False. They have no right here. Run this down.
You for that motherfucker!
This is Dragon. Don't forget that we run this town. We've got enough resources to last a lifetime. I look after my family. If you're prepared to fight, come to Wall Street. We'll get you sorted.
Access key detected.
The hard-working staff, working 2 jobs, only to get hassled by a corrupt cop on your way home to get
Manual override required.
know who you are.
This is
Progress
easier.
Manual override required.
Attention.
Two Bridges was one of the areas that held out the longest after the outbreak. Many of the locals refused to leave their homes and move into Sarah camps. They tried to set up neighborhood community centers rather than relying on the government. Most of them didn't make it. With the cleaners and the other factions wreaking havoc in the area, it was never really sustainable. These days, only a few remain.
Hope the memory card's okay.
That can't be good.
Black Tusk are paranoid. Can't really blame them.
Rhodes told us that the Peacekeepers and Two Bridges have been tracking cleaner movements for the past few days. This is our best bet to learning more about Conley.
She's deep in bed with the cleaners. If we poke around in that nest enough, we're bound to find a trace of her.